It's a good matchup too. And they decide to go. Oh, Carmilla. Okay.
Interesting.
This is
really,
new from Weza.
Really trying to go in for that team fight domination right here. But Bigatron, with good rotations, they don't really have to go for those team fights, right? They can kind of pick and choose the kind of fights they want. So it's not really a surefire strategy either. Especially now, Mueza, even if he gets a bit of an engage, Bigatron can just walk back. They won't have the heave that can slow everyone down, so the pull back away from a fight will be less reliable. But DEWA, they're only relying on massive ultimates to really go for a big fight. It's only the Teresa that can really start off a huge engagement. So as long as Bigatron play around that, they're fine. And Super Luke, even with the difference, the change, is still going for that flicker, man. No need for the vengeance in his opinion.
3 purifies in the hands of DEWA United. They look to purify their record against Bigatron Alpha. So far it has been a one-sided game, but will they be able to turn it around? It is game number 2 of Bigatron Alpha against DEWA United.
Let's see if it's going to be a 2-0 clean sweep or if DEWA United can push Bigatron Alpha back. So far, Luke actually deciding to take the aggressive road in this game. And this game we actually see a different pathing style for Super Ken, starting on the purple, maneuvering to the bottom side of the map.
Wonder if he has a secret plan right here to go for a steal, maybe a bit of an invade. If he's predicting that the Litho is what DEWA have in their eyes. Oh, look at this though, Azura.
Already getting bullied just a bit. Oh, not just a bit, that's a lot of damage.
Ton of damage. And look at that. Both junglers still on the bottom side as we take a look at the emblems. Still showing vitality, but Super Luke and Chorizo, man, both with the Festival of Blood and the Brave Smite, with the agility, it's all about laning, sustaining, and getting out afterwards. As you can see, Eman. So on the Lunox, he's just a lot more comfortable, it seems like. Master Assassin as well, the Assassin emblem. So the early game, it's got to be so difficult for Azura to try and match it. And Bigatron are taking advantage of it.
Oh, whoa. They're actually going to be looking for a dive? Keeper to Tires Bench, able to find the pick there. Good CC immune, good stun down. Key going to be punished. First blood over to Mueza.
Oof, that was a very messy dive.
Yeah.
They aren't able to get the targeting towards Azura right there. And all in all, Key falls down and first blood for DEWA United.
And even when it comes down to it, the waves weren't really in an ideal spot for them to go for that dive either. Really was a really forced play. And you can see Key even burned the flicker there to try and get that in.
Will herald the resume of the game as we take a look at Chorizo.
Oh no, not on Chorizo! You were friends with this man once, man! Chorizo, good usage of the flicker. That's an active skill.
Exactly, man. Muscle, bro. Muscles his way out. And just like that, cooldowns are down for the side of Bigatron. DEWA are the ones with control right here, pushing away.
Yeah, you can see that. Oh, they're still going to go for a Tyrant's Revenge. Used up Ray, still with Retribution. Super Luke walking up again. Key's going to be slashed down by Ray, though. As Bigatron Alpha won't really be able to retaliate here. They'll just move away. DEWA with a win.
A string of plays coming from DEWA United. Let's take a look at the lead now. Taken over by DEWA United. Again, that initiation towards Chorizo meant that Chorizo is able to create space for DEWA United. Now, of course, MPL IDX streamer, it is Colius.
Mr. Elias Andre was watching from home. I wonder who he's rooting for.
DEWA.
Exactly. He's wearing that DEWA United varsity.
That's true. I mean, no bias at all, of course, from Colius Andre coming in right here. We're waiting for the reaction, and there it is.
Hey, hello.
As, you know, amicable as ever, man. Always a friendly dude, Colius.
Yeah.
Fun
Very
stuff.
friendly.
I wonder if he's watching the English desk or the Indo desk. Blink if you're watching the English desk, Colius.
Well, he's off the screen right now,
Off
so we
screen
won't,
still. Just blink.
we won't be able to see it. But hey, look at DEWA, man. They're getting a lot more control right here when it comes down to the rotations and the wave clear. It seems like that Yve ban is really kind of helping them out. The Zask, we all know, doesn't really clear as well. But we'll have to see, right? The longer the game goes, with the lack of burst tools available to DEWA, maybe,
no pin down just yet. Just the usage of the Fracture. Ray actually going over the Spear of Alpha. The stun coming down as well. Key! This is his 3rd death in 3 minutes. 1 death per minute.
he's going the BBB route. Key, man, what is going on, man? Even his ultimate there gets cancelled multiple times. Yes, he's getting absolutely killed right here. And Bigatron, with the roamer kind of losing it out, losing in the initiative, in the tankiness. Now you can see, Eman going against the 4 people. Is it a bait?
That's some ridiculous damage from Eman, almost taking down Azura. Moreno with a Nightmare response. Super Ken with a good flank as well. Eman walking up now. K's gonna be taken out before he can even use the Dominators to set Mueza running away. Azura very low. You can still see that Dominator's Ascent being used up as Super Luke jumps in onto Ray, slows him down. Now that's going to be key. Jumping in as well. Ray able to use the Spear of Alpha a bit to get out. The penalty zone locks Super Ken down, but he's still able to dash away. Oh, that's the flicker from Torizo. Now knocked up. Good Curse of Blood, but Iman will pick that kill up, and it will just be a 2-4-1.
Oof, a tug of war coming in from Bigatron Alpha. Again, Eman so confident to just poke down Azura and bait the players of DEWA United to come in. There wasn't even close backup for Eman, but then Moreno came in and then Super Ken from the flank able to take down Case.
And look at the difference here. Even after a big engagement like that, Azura has to be a bit more careful, whereas Eman can just heal up from the wave. That is what makes the Lunox such an annoying laner to deal with. With Bigatron taking the initiative, controlling the turtle pit, the mid lane actually gets shoved in, so now DEWA has a window to try and make a play happen.
Oh, Luke gonna shoot to go onto Mueza. Super Ken winning out in the retreat battle. Key gonna be caught in the bits of the turtle, but I think for BTR, with Super Ken's retreat, they are fine with taking that trade.
So insane right here. DEWA, they're using all the tools they have to try and avoid and ignore Super Luke. We talked about this before, Mirko. A potential way of dealing with the Phobius is to just leave him, ignore him. And Luke is just so used to just diving in the backline, brawling, that he's kind of left out in a lot of these fights. He has to try and find the way to be relevant. Maybe stick next to the more prio targets, but look at Eman once again at a 1v4 situation.
Yeah, there should be a free turret towards DEWA United. We can see some rotations, but it is a bit late. Key unable to find that Tyrant's Revenge. Mueza stunned up, getting caught by a bit of damage there with the glowing wand, just ticking him down. Super Ken, waiting in the bush, gets read out. Good read by Azura, but Super Ken, I believe. Wait, did he steal that away? He did.
Sure did, but now Ray will get the purple buff. Oh, look at this Super Luke though.
With a jump, Ray still with the Retribution. Ray has a Spear of Alpha, that's a Curse of Blood locking him down. Super Luke punished. Not able to utilize the flicker. Key dying again. That's his 5th death. He got killed again.
No momento there. I mean, it's a very hard game for Key, having died 5 times, and they are giving strong side to the hair. I mean, 4 players ganking bottom time and time again. Eman not being able to really win out the lane. 1 kill is all to his name. And now Bigatron Alpha, they are in the back foot.
Like I was talking about earlier, I feel like with the Dominator's Descent, there's a chance that Moreno can just leave it there. It's going to be too annoying for DEWA to deal with. And you can see that Keys, he can't really afford to use the damage to try and clear out a Nightmare Spawn or a Dominator's Descent in the middle of a fight. So I thought that could kind of swing things in favor of Bigatron, but from the looks of it, it's just very different. Clear head-to-head by the new application Go Play shows that in all stats, aside from hero pool, that is where Luke is shining, right? Average KD, average GPM as well. But the team participation, you can see Sorizo has been active, especially in recent times, a lot more active than when he was in Bigatron. So just like that, DEWA will be able to get the advantage, get the momentum, and finally go for an uncontested turtle.
Ooh, for the first time ever in the meetings of these teams in MPL ID Season 14, DEWA is able to take the helm, but Key might look for a moment. All he has to do is one moment. That is what it takes for him to really turn the tides around. But DEWA, they have been so disciplined. They haven't been really, jumping the gun too quick, looking to engage, hastily. They're just trying to bait out Bigatron Alpha to come into the fights, because so far DEWA have been very strong in the team fights, but Super Luke jumped on.
Ooh. Yeah, he's going to be isolated again, deleted. Key, this is going to be his 6th death this game, but he is able to flicker out. Dominator's a set into the turret. Case going very aggressive penalty zone, locking Super Ken down. Still Brilliance used up. Mueza able to soak in so much damage. Ray jumps in with a Spear of Alpha. The defensive blink from the Dominators. The set as Super Ken waits in the midst of the bush, might be able to get the assassination, but doesn't have the fracture, so decides against it.
Stands there and takes some information for his team. But you're seeing this, Bigatron, they're not really getting the clear advantage, the rotation advantage. So they are always spread apart to try and set up for the next big team fight. But when that happens, you're seeing DEWA jump on the one person, but look at this!
Mueza's taken down, still able to escape. Super Ken taken down by Azura. He getting a good Tyrant's Revenge, but the Purify gets him out. Super Luke with a flicker forward now. And the Infernal Pursuit, jumping on the K, zoning him away. Zorizo isolated in the back, but it's still able to shot so much damage. Another Infernal Pursuit, that's another one as well, but a Turbo gets him out. Luke still gets a kill before he gets taken down. Moreno in the bush, Nightmare Spawn, and the stun down onto Ray, just to stop him from taking this purple buff.
My oh my, the lethal ignition is not enough to take down Mueza, and Super Ken misses out on the assassination. DEWA up 7 kills now.
But look at this, Wave on the bottom side pushing, potentially taking out the turret. But unfortunately, Bigatron, they're not in position to try and capitalize on this situation. Key goes in, 1v3 though.
Uh-oh. Terrified again. Remember, Key has died 5 times, so he isn't really ahead. Mueza's 2 levels ahead of him.
Oh, that's monumental at this stage of the game. Key looking for a jump in, but Mueza is able to pop it forward.
Curse of Blood into the back. The immobilization. Key 6 death. That is Moreno falling down as well. And it does seem like Bigatron Alpha are a bit lost. DEWA United taking full control of game number 2.
That is just absolutely unfortunate, man. Bigatron, they're trying to go for a threaten, and then they try to commit, but not really. But DEWA forces them into it. Despite having a lack of ways to try and force a fight right here, Bigatron have been taking some of these fights, it seems like at a short notice, and they're not really prepared for it. Now, just like that, they traded the Lord for a single turret, and when it comes down to it, you have to remember that they don't have the same kind of clearing, the same kind of high ground potential that they have in game number 1. That Yiv is now a Zask, and this Zask should be shining in these team fights, but he is not at this point.
Yeah, game fact, but the new application go pay. Game 1 against DEWA United marked Aman's debut using Lunox throughout his career, making it the 18th hero in his pool since his debut in MPL Season 8. It's so insane how apt he is with the Lunox, considering the fact that this is the first time for him to use Lunox in his career. And Super Ken just playing with the Lord and Chorizo just chasing after him. Chorizo so far has been very good, and it's, of course, Mr. Ade.
Yep. Shoutouts to Ade Setiawan there. Oh, Chorizo in the bottom lane. Good winner crown. Dominator's Descent used up as well. Chorizo with the DPC. Oh, how does Moreno get out of his situation? He just blinks out. The Spirit of Alpha come in down. The Curse of Blood as well. Super Ken's going to be locked down as Key gets a Tiger's Revenge, but Moreno is compromised. The Sask ultimate stolen away. The Brilliance comes down, but it's not going to be enough to take anyone out. 2-4-0 for DEWA United as they continue to push the pace.
Bigatron, man, they're just lacking the range right here. DEWA going in, getting the burst out, and then piecing out every single time. They're saying Eman in particular, you gotta feel for the guy, man. He several times he's been moving forward with the less what's the opposite of the Chaos Order?
The Blink.
Yeah,
Chaos,
the
ult, right?
The other ultimate, and he wants to move forward and secure these kills so bad, but it's just not allowed to him. He's opted for a Wishing Lantern to augment that damage output overall. He's seeing that a lot of the members of DEWA are going for Queen's Wings. They're not really relying on resistances. They're relying on reduction. So more flat damage will be better. Super Ken getting chased down won't be enough. And he only has 3 items right here, and he's been sitting on this for quite a bit. Not enough damage to really be a real threat to the front lines like he was in game number 1.
Yeah, that's the problem about Nolan, right? We talked about how this hero is a snowballing hero. But once that the Nolan is left behind, it's so hard for the Nolan to climb back, especially when DEWA United are stacking up on the defenses. You know, the Queen's Wings, you know, the Dreadnought armor as well in the hands of Mueza. So now, for Super Ken, it's going to be hard for him to jump in, jump out, like how he did in game number 1. Best he can do is probably play the side lanes, maybe, to try to push out the, minions and play the macro game. But again, the responses coming in from DEWA United has been very, very solid. Chorizo also always existent in the side lanes. And for Bigatron Alpha, is this the case of that overconfidence we talked about, Arashi?
Maybe, but look at this. Bottom lane pushed out for Super Ken already. DEWA is only now rotating, and they're making a play for the purple buff first. But the wave isn't really pushed up by Super Ken. He's trying to trap someone. He's trying to lay out a bait with that wave to try and go for something of a flank, but DEWA might read into it, and that is dangerous, man. This is ideal for Super Ken. He needs to go for the backline now because the front line is a bit too tanky, but he's going to be forced to recall, it seems, but he's sticking around.
Yeah, the Lord for the taking here. He just popping the bouncing ball. Super Ken in the flank angle will be able to get it.
Oh, this is dangerous. Super Ken might be able to pull off a steal. Walks up. Oh, there you go. It's a big, desperate play from Super Ken that did not work out. Nice angle, but that retribution, consistent.
Oh, punished by the gods, and Super Ken can't retribution himself. And they get the Lord and all the lanes going. Now DEWA United might look for the window frame to end the game. But, you know, it's so hard for them to do just that as Bigatron Alpha. They do have decent high ground defense.
they can burst down the Lord fast, but the waves is where it gets concerning. Eman,
Forced to use a brilliance there. Super Luke unable to tank up. Look at how tanky DEWA are. All their members basically level 15. Super Luke is so far behind. Penalty zone into the back line right now with 100% used up as well. So Rizzo still in the midst of it all with the winner crown, buying so much time, and Mon cannot survive. Superkin gets the fracture, and it is going to be DEWA United who are able to equalize on the board. It is 1-1.
They rewrite their story. And DEWA United, they don't want to again be pulverized. Bigatron Alpha concede.